Now I want to give a nostalgic take on the patent leather Adidas Forum and the patent leather Air Jordan 1. The Adidas Forum, as I mentioned, is my favorite gym shoe sneaker of all time. You're probably asking, why are you saying gym shoe sneaker? There's a difference. Gym shoes, growing up in Detroit, that's what we called them. Gym shoes. Sneakers for people on the East Coast. But growing up around other people, other cultures, other environments, sometimes you tend to lean on the word that's the most popular word. But they're gym shoes, or you can call them sneakers. You better not call them tennis shoes. Anyway, the Adidas Forum is my favorite gym shoe of all time. There's something about this sneaker that resonates, me being a young child, a young man growing up on the west side of Detroit. I've always loved the Adidas Forum, just the style of the Adidas Forum. Now, the patent leather Air Jordan 1 is an instant classic. Both of these are instant classics. When I think about a pair of Adidas Forums and a pair of Air Jordan 1s, and these are the patent leather versions, I automatically think of the 1980s, the mid 1980s. One coming out in 1984, one coming out in 1985. When it comes to retro sneakers, vintage sneakers, classic sneakers, you can't get any better than a pair of Adidas Forums from the early 80s and a pair of Air Jordan 1s from the early 80s. Yeah, I understand these are the patent leather versions, but I tell you, these are instant classics, retro classics. You know, we used to look up to these guys, the drug dealers and the neighborhood alligators, or whatever you call them. And these guys were rocking Adidas heavy. These guys were rocking Jordans heavy. And even back in the day when you had patent leather gym shoes, patent leather sneakers, you was the big man on campus. I mean, you was that guy with the thick chain and the glasses, the gazelles and all that. No one would tell you no. Now, they was living a lifestyle that's not conducive to good living, not conducive to a good night's sleeping. Yeah, the pockets were fat, the bank accounts were fat, money up under the mattress was fat. But we looked up to these guys and gals that was wearing these sneakers. And I think that's why, I continue to buy a lot of these old retro sneakers is because of that, because of the nostalgia, the vibes, the feeling I get, the nostalgic feeling I get when I wear these shoes, when I see these shoes. There's just something about it. Think about it. These shoes came out, the Adidas Forum, 1983, 1984, the Air Jordan, the original, 1984, 85. Think about that. That's going on over 40 years. And these gym shoes are still sustainable. Think about that. That's why we call them classics. That's why we call them vintage, because they sustain and they are tested. They're battle tested. Sneakers and gym shoes. Gym shoes have a story. That's why here at the Nomad Cast, gym shoes tell tales. I just want to share a quick story, a quick, drive-by on these sneakers, what they mean to me, what they can mean to you. And if you're into retro sneakers and you don't have these in collection, shame on you. Go ahead and buy them, purchase them, and relive the 1980s. I hope this comparison helps you make an informed decision to purchase or just vibe and reminisce about classic gym shoes. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, the Nomad Cast, where gym shoes tell tales. Stay fresh, and I'll catch you on the next episode.